Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I have been crazy busy this last couple of weeks and I have had no time to film, but that had no bearing on me spending a buttload of money on the Black Friday sales, especially Pat McGrath. And I bought a couple of palettes since I am a collector, and the palette that I'm most excited about is the Pat McGrath Subliminal palette. So I bought this during the Sephora sale as well on a 20% discount, and then I was just overwhelmed with how much money I had spent. So I returned it without using it, without having opened it. But when I saw Pat McGrath came up with the 30% sale, I just couldn't resist. So I bought this palette and I also bought a bunch of other palettes, and I think I'm going to be doing a video on my Black Friday haul, and I'll cover all the makeup products that I bought recently. But for today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play with this palette today and see how many looks I can get. So if you're interested, keep on watching. So here I have the Subliminal palette, and I actually like to call it the Blue Mothership palette. And here's why. Because it's got this amazing, rich, shimmery blue shade, and it's got these glittery shades which have this blue shift. So that's why I call it the Blue palette. And the others are like neutral shades. So let's swatch these first. So on my arm, I'm going to start with the boring shades. So let's take the matte shades first. And this is this skin shade, and it's called, let's see, it's called Ultimate Taupe. So that's Ultimate Taupe. Next, I'll take Depth. So this is this dark brown shade, again for creating depth, so it's very appropriately named, and that's how it looks. Next, there is this matte shade, and it's basically black, and it's called Extreme Black. So this is the black one, and it's amazingly pigmented. Next, I have this white shimmery shade, and it's called Skin Show Nude, and it's this very nice shiny white shade. Next, there is this purpley shimmery shade, and it's called Lilac Dust, and it's this very gray purpley shade. So it's very mildly shiny. It's not too shiny. And the next one is also very similar, and it's called Substance. So it's this gray brown shade, and again, very mildly shiny. It's very satiny. Now I'll swatch the interesting ones, the ones that I really like. So this is this very beautiful gold shade, and it's super shimmery, and it's called Pale Gold 002. So this is how it looks. It's really pretty. Next, this is the Blitz Blue Navy Blue shade, and it's this lovely shiny blue. This is how it looks. Next, this is this pink blue shade, and it's this duochrome shade. It's got a pink and blue shift to it. So I will swatch it right here. So the camera actually doesn't do justice to the shade. I think this is one of my favorite shades in the palette. And last shade is called Astral White. And I know in the camera it just looks white, but it's actually got blue glitter in it. I think you can see in this angle. So it's this, it looks white, but it's actually got blue shimmer, and it's the camera just doesn't catch how pretty this shade is. Let's see, yeah, it's this lovely blue specks glitter it just is an amazing topper. You can just apply it on any eyeshadow, and it just changes the look, just elevates it beautifully. So that's Astral White. Again, the camera just doesn't show the blue specks. I can see it in real life, but I don't think it shows up very well in the camera. Oh well. And I do want to compare the gold in the Subliminal palette with some of the Nocturnal Nirvana golds. So I will just take the Subliminal palette gold right here, and let me take the Nocturnal Nirvana quad gold. I feel like this one's pretty dull compared to the Subliminal palette, and yeah, that's how they compare. And from the Ritualistic Rose Quad, the gold in this, let's see. So this one, actually this one looks pretty similar to the one in the blue palette, but the Nocturnal Nirvana gold is quite different. Also, I do want to compare this Astral White shade, the one with the blue specks, with the Nocturnal Nirvana blue. It's definitely different, but I just want to show how different. So this is the Nocturnal Nirvana blue, and that's kind of how they differ. Now let's create some eye looks. So for the first look, I'm going to take this Skin Show Nude shade on my new Natasha Denona brush, and it's this number 10 brush. I'm going to tap this on the upper eyelid. I'm not going to like swipe it, and just a little bit, and just tap, tap, tap. Just try to create some gradients with this shade. Next, I'm going to take this depth shade, and again with the same brush, I'm just going to apply it right here and create some depth. I'm going to keep these eye looks really, really simple. I don't wear too complex eye looks. So these are eye looks that I would probably wear every day. So that's how I would use this palette, and that's what I want to demonstrate. So I'm just going to tap this shade right here, keep it really simple, and then just blend it. I'm just taking my Sonia G brush, and this is this Crease 2 brush, going into that depth shade one more time and just blending this out a little bit more. I think that brush was not the right brush for the crease. So I'll just blend it out. Next, I'm going to go into this Skin Show Nude shade, this shiny white shade, and just apply it all over the eyelid. And I think this will work best with a finger. So let me try that with a finger. And definitely applies much better. So this is just a base that I'm creating. The star of the show in this palette are actually the shiny shades. So this is just the base. And I'm just going to take my blending brush and just blend out everything. I do feel that the matte shades in this palette are not like amazing. They're okay. They work fine, but I will not consider them like out of this world. They're okay. Next, I will take this Astral White shade with the blue tinge and just top the eye with this shade. So that just creates a very nice light blue eye. Let me just clean this extra glitter from the eye. And I feel like Elsa from Frozen because it's such a nice icy blue eye look. Next, I want to take this blue shade and just apply it on the bottom eye. So just tap, tap, tap. And this, because these are glittery shades, there will be fallout. So I suggest you get prepared for that fallout. But they're really, really pretty. So I don't really mind the fallout on this palette. Bit of a hypocrite there. I'm just gonna brush off the under eye for any fallout. Now I'll just do the same thing on the other eye and come back. So here is the final look. I just put on some eyeliner and false lashes, and that's how it looks. Alright, so the next eye look that I have in mind, I'm actually a little scared because I am going to experiment creating a smoky eye with the black shade here, and I don't know how it will behave because this is my first time, so let's see. So first I'm going to go into this ultimate taupe shade and just tap it on my eye. This shade is actually really easy to work with, so that's great. Next I'm going to take my Sigma brush and go into this depth shade and just blend it on the crease. I'm not the biggest fan of this shade. It's not that bad, but it's not amazing. So yeah, it's kind of okay. So I'm first tapping it and then just blending it out. I just want to go slow. I just don't want to, apply black straight away. I just want to go easy. So first go with the lightest shade, then the second lightest shade, and then finally I will apply the black shade all over the eye. Next I'm going to go with the flat shader brush into this black shade, fingers crossed, and just apply it all over the eyelid. Works fine so far. Sometimes black shades and palettes are not that great and they're really patchy and not blendable, so that's why I'm a little scared. For now, this shade seems to be working fine. I'll just take my blending brush and just blend this around the edges. Wow, this actually blended really easily. Awesome. I was a little scared, but thank God it worked just fine. Like this black a lot actually. So again, what I'm trying to do is create a black base, and this shade is really easy to work with. So you can create a lot of eye looks with a black base, that means. So that's great. Now I'm just going to go into this gold shade with my finger, and this is all experimentation. I've actually never tried this look. I hope it looks good. So I'm just going to take this on my finger and tap the gold shade on my eye, and let me get rid of the excess. I just want to go easy because I want the black to show as well. So I'll just tap the gold shade on the eyelid. Because I want this gold to look uniform, I'm just blending it as well at the same time. And then again, tapping the gold shade. So I'm basically trying to create a black gold smoky eye. Next, I'm just going to go into this black shade one more time and just add the black on the edges. And just taking a blending brush and just blending this out so it's not too patchy. Next, I'm going to go into this depth shade and just apply it at the bottom eye, on the edges. And then I'll just take this sponge applicator and dip into the gold shade one more time and just apply it at the edges. Sponge applicator actually really applies the gold shade really well. So I'll just tap it one more time. All right, Now let me finish this eye look with some false lashes and eyeliner and come back. All right, so this is the finished look and it's this black gold smoky eye. And I feel like it kind of, because the black and the gold kind of mix and they kind of look greenish. And I can tell you that it actually looks much more prettier in person. The shimmers and all these shimmers, in fact, the camera just doesn't do justice to how beautiful these shades are. So yeah, anyway, so this is the finished look. Let's clean this up and move to the next eye look. Next, I'm thinking I'll do a blue eye and use this electric blue shade. So first I'm going to go into this light brown shade, the ultimate taupe shade, with the brush and just again tap it. I think this is the only transition shade for gradients. Next, I'm just going to go straight away into this blue shade with my finger and just start tapping on my eyelid. I really like this blue shade. It's so beautiful. It's shimmery and it's not that shimmery. And it's this perfectly electric blue shade, true electric blue shade. Oh, so pretty. Now I'll just take a brush. This is the Sigma flat brush and start applying this blue shade. Take it a little ahead because my fingers probably can't do that. And once I've applied this, I'll just blend it out. And it's just so easy to blend. There's no problem at all. That's why I really like this palette. Just again building this blue. Next, with this fine tapered blending brush, this is the Morphe 507. I'll just go into this dark brown shade and just add it near the crease. Next, I'm just going to go into the black shade as well. Just apply a little bit on the edges. And I'm just creating a very nice shimmery deep blue eye look. And then just building this blue eyeshadow a little bit more with my brush. Oh, I love this blue shade. It's so pretty, shiny and just effortless. Let me do this on the other eye and come back. All right, so I just applied blue on both my eyes and I'm just going to go into this brown shade and black shade, just mixing it and just applying it on the bottom eye. Just going with that previous brush and dipping into the blue shade and just applying it in the inner corner, extending it to the lower eye as well. All right, so because I applied a bit of excess blue, so I just used my concealer and just cleaned out everything and it looks fine. So this is, you can leave this eye look just the way it is, or you can crank it up a notch by using these shimmery shades. So what I'm going to do is I'll take one shade on each eye and show you how it looks. So I'll take this pink shade. It's called VR Violet. So this is this pink shimmery shade and I will apply it on the left eye. Just tap it. And I ruined it in the bottom eye. Let me just clean it up. Okay, anyway, so this, you can just tap it and this one's got a bit of pink shift to it and it just elevates the eye look. Even though the blue in itself was quite shimmery, or not shimmery, shiny, when you applied this, it just makes the eye shimmery as well. And you can't probably tell in the camera, but it's got a bit of pink shift to it as you move. Yeah, you can't probably tell, but It does, trust me, it does. So yeah, that's with VR Violet. Now I'm going to take this Astral White shade. This has got white and blue specks, and I'll apply this on the other eye. Just tap it. So this one's not duochrome. So what this one does is it just adds pink glitter to the blue without adding a pink shift to it. It adds blue glitter without adding a pink shift to the eye. So that's the difference. But you probably can't tell in the camera. Both eye looks, I think, will look pretty much the same. But in person, you can tell that this one's got a bit of pink to it and this one's just blue shimmer. So tapping it all on the eyelid. That's the blue look. Now let me finish this up and come back. All right, so this is the finished eye look. One eye has VR Violet, this pink shade, and the other one has this blue shade. And also I do want to show how this blue shade works with the Nocturnal Nirvana blue shade. So let me top that and show you. So this is the blue one, and if I apply Nocturnal Nirvana on top, this is how it looks. Now I'll just apply the blue shade one more time right here. Just another swatch, and then I'll apply this pink shade on top of this blue and show you the difference. So the shine, this one's got a greenish blue look and this one's got a pinkish blue. I know you cannot tell the pink part, but definitely the blue specks are quite different from what Nocturnal Nirvana looks on top of this blue shade. I wish the camera would show up the difference between the two shades in the Subliminal palette, but it doesn't, unfortunately. But I feel like both eye looks look great. You can just top the blue with any of these shimmery shades and it'll just look great. So yeah, I really like this eye look. Now let's wipe this off and move to the last eye look. And I have to admit, this is my most favorite eye look with this palette. And since the time I received this palette, I have been wearing that eye look every time I have gone out. It's super easy, and I think you'll notice when I do this. So first I'll go again with the same taupey shade, the light brown shade, tapping it on the eye, and then going with my finger into this purpley shade. It's called Lilac Dusk, and just apply it all over the eyelid. Again, creating a base, just like I did using the nude shade. Super easy. Next, I'm just going to go into this VR Violet shade with my finger. It's this beautiful pink blue shade, and just apply it all over the eyelid. I absolutely love this shade. It's pink, it's blue, it gives that holographic shift to the eye. Love it. I've been wearing this so much lately. Just tapping it. And then with my blending brush, I'll just go into this brown shade and just create some depth very quickly. I'll just build it a little bit. And you can obviously use glitter glue. I feel like that just adds a step to my routine, which I don't prefer unless I'm going out and it's a special occasion. Then maybe I would use the glue. But for regular usage, I'll just use my finger and go directly without any glue or spray. I feel like it still gives a decent amount of shine to the eye, and yeah, so it looks really pretty anyways. And if you're in the mood, just go into this black shade, just create a little bit of dimension here. I basically skip this step on a regular basis. This is very optional. I just simply apply the lilac shade and I'm actually done. This is just adding a little bit of oomph to the eye. And that's it. Simple. Now I'll just complete this eye look and come back. Alright, so this is the finished look. I just put some false lashes and eyeliner. And yeah, so as I was saying, I really like this eye look. I love this pink blue shade, VR Violet, because it's got that shift. It's duochromy and it's shimmery, so I really like it. And it gives that pink, sweaty, shimmery eye look. So that's my favorite. And you can always apply this astral shade as well on top of this, and it'll just make it even more blingy and blue as well as pink. So totally optional, but I usually go with this pink shade most of the time, so I thought I'll share it with you guys. All right, so these were all the eye looks with the Pat McGrath Subliminal palette, the blue palette. It's been on my wish list for so long, and I'm so glad Pat McGrath came up with the 30% Black Friday sale so I could get this. And being a collector, I did buy a bunch of other palettes as well. So stay tuned for some more eye looks with those palettes. And I hope you subscribe to my channel. If you like this video, do give it a thumbs up. I would love to know which eye look you found more wearable or something that you would go for. So do comment in the comment section below. And I don't think I have anything else to say. So until the next time we meet, bye.